Deadly despair in a native village. Charges of fraud in a breast cancer study. And Israel outlaws Jewish extremists. CTV News with Peter Murphy. Good evening. We open tonight with a tragic Canadian story. A story about unemployment, drug abuse, and teenage suicide. All those problems and more afflict a small Indian community in northwestern Ontario. The Pikangikum Reserve nestles near the Ontario-Manitoba border, about 300 kilometers from Winnipeg. In the past 2 years, more than 70 people on the reserve have tried to kill themselves. In the last 2 weeks, 2 teenagers committed suicide and 10 more tried. Now the community has made a desperate plea for help. CTV's Joy Malbin reports.
It's the nighttime the community of Pikangikum fears the most. That's when the calls come in.
Somebody called me and said he was trying to hang himself.
The police and crisis volunteers are on edge. On this isolated Indian reserve, there's a suicide attempt almost every day.
Oh, he's dreading the call, every call that comes in, because you never know when the next one's going to be.
Most are kids, teenagers who sniff gasoline, get high, then try to end it all by killing themselves.
We had a bag of gas. He's been sniffing for a while. They're going to take him to the nursing station for a treatment.
This teenager is a chronic sniffer. 3 of his brothers are dead, and crisis workers worry he'll be next.
Some gas sniffers that I've talked to, they got nothing to do. Their parents drink, and they don't want to be around the house when their parents are drinking.
Everybody's, trying to find the answers. Where the answers lay, I don't know myself.
19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, and 26 all saw nights of attempted suicides.
During the day, Chief Gordon Peters struggles for answers.
So as you can see in a short period of time, it's been alarming.
It's all become too much for Chief Peters. Frustrated with the situation, he's going to resign.
When you get a call, said, Gordon, there's another young kid that's died. Pow, explosion, huh? And it just hits you really hard.
Chief Peters blames poor living conditions, overcrowded shacks with no running water and no sewage system, a sort of third world with satellite dishes and snowmobiles.
It's heartbreaking to know that the government of Canada doesn't give this a priority. What does it take for them to move? Does it take a few more lives for them to come out and see the conditions that we have to live under?
Pikangikum is one of 10 reserves in northern Ontario identified by government officials as high risk. There's a high rate of unemployment, a lot of poverty, and a lot of substance abuse. But what there isn't a lot of in Pikangikum is hope that things will ever get much better.
And most of my friends committed suicide.
Do you think about that? Why do you want to kill yourself?
Boredom.
Alan's brother hanged himself 2 weeks ago. It's hard to talk about, especially in a community that isn't used to sharing its pain.
If someone's thinking about suicide, but you would know that they don't talk about their feelings.
I lost a best friend. All I just thought about was dying. I never wanted to live when he was gone.
To help heal the hurt, the community is recruiting volunteers to deal with the despair. And the local school is trying to keep them active, trying to get kids to just be kids again.
Keep an upbeat, try and help those students that are still in the school, and trying to work with them, allow them an opportunity to voice how they are feeling.
There's even a new arena, but it's going to take more than ice time to help the dropouts or the gas sniffers who've dropped out of life. These kids are among the lucky ones. They're off the gas, on their way to a treatment center down south. But you can't airlift an entire community.